This is QTV News and I am Jenna Bosonko. Thank you for joining us. First, the headlines. How can Gambian entrepreneurs in the diaspora link up with our home-based counterparts? We hear about a project that has the answer. The second edition of Foni Agency for Rural Development's 3-day festival has drawn to a close, and we hear what the achievements have been. And we hear about a high-level recognition for Naturelle, producer of the country's best quality bottled water. Those are our top stories, and now the news in detail. Stay with us. Thank you for joining us. A seminar to connect Gambian entrepreneurs from the diaspora with their home-based counterparts to share benefits and challenges was organized on Thursday by Startup Grind in collaboration with Abruzzo Consulting. I attended the event and this is my report. The seminar to stimulate and promote discussions between local and international entrepreneurs brought together investors, government officials and officials from various institutions. It has become clear that Gambians in the diaspora are now motivated to invest in Gambia after 22 years of authoritarian rule. Modu Njai, Executive Director, Startup Grind Banjul, explains more about the homecoming Homegrown Seminar.
This sort of an event is sort of like a networking to kind of bring out diaspora understanding on what exactly is happening back home, because most of them have been away for a while, and also local home content on what exactly is happening on the diaspora. If you look at it, we have 3 panels, which is going to be the homecoming, which is centered on those in the diaspora, and also homegrown, which is those locally, to be able to match the ideas that we have in order to move Gambia forward, especially in terms of trade, in terms of policy, in terms of funding. All these things we can do it by ourselves without any kind of external influence. So we need to do this by ourselves by coming together to do this event. So this is what motivated us to do this.
Ida Sisinjai, who came from America to start a business in the Gambia, says she felt the need to contribute to her country's development rather than working in another country. She stressed the need for homegrown entrepreneurs to support others like her.
For us that are coming home, we've been away for so long. I think we need to learn how to do business in Gambia, how to operate in Gambia, and seeing a lot of the homegrown people making it and succeeding, learning from their own trials and tribulations. I think it's important for us to actually emulate and learn from them to be able to move forward and also find out what their needs are. That way we can also assist in any way that we can.
Dabah Malik, the country manager, Africa Energy Solutions, says homegrown entrepreneurs have a lot to learn from entrepreneurs from the diaspora as the levels of education are different. Dabah gave tips on resource mobilization.
The truth is, for you to get funds from the financial institutions, usually it's very difficult because sometimes some of the conditions that they put for you to access those funds, a lot of us as startups cannot meet those criteria. So it has to come from you first. Probably you need to take your savings, you need to sell your assets, and also you need to sacrifice and start small and then grow your business. Reinvest the profits that you are making out of the business so that you can reinvest it into the business again instead of using the money for your personal use.
Startup Grind is the largest independent startup community actively educating, inspiring and connecting more than 2 million entrepreneurs in over 600 chapters globally. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Bosonko. Foni Agency for Rural Development on Sunday wrapped up their second edition of the FAT Festival in Buyam, West Coast region. The event aims fostering unity and help raise funds to develop communities in Foni. Babakar Sise tells us more.
After a successful opening ceremony marked by several activities, the festival ended with a spectacular display of traditional cultural talents. Cultural groups took turns to perform and entertain the cheerful crowd, and women danced with swinging hips to the irresistible rhythm of the Jola drums. Next to perform are the Fulani or Fulbe tribe. Among the Fulani, music and art are part of their daily life. Fula music is sung and played on drums and flutes, sometimes accompanied with praise singing, especially during festivals. On this occasion, these women are demonstrating the traditional marriage ceremony in which the bride is being accompanied to join her husband. Then it is time for men to display what seems like magic tricks, but the act indeed is a reality. Men seemingly cut themselves with machetes, razor blades and knives, but never bleed. Some even claim that no bullet can pierce their skin. These men rely on jujus and concoctions to demonstrate their amazing talents. Finally, it's another display of strength and invincibility. This time, it is the survival of the fittest, the wisest, and the toughest. Traditional wrestling is one of the oldest traditional sports in Gambia. The purpose of the game is simply to throw one's opponent to the ground. The first wrestler down in the bout loses the contest. Foni Agency for Rural Development (FAD) was established in 2018. The 3-day annual event is meant to encourage social cohesion and mobilize resources to support projects in health, education, the environment, agriculture, sports, youth, and women empowerment. Babkar Sise, QTV News.
Naturelle mineral water was recently awarded for its quality service delivery by the Gambia Standards Bureau. Naturelle, the biggest water factory in the Gambia, is renowned for producing clean and safe drinking bottled water for local and industrial use. And Sumana Esonyasi attended the event and he now reports. The general manager of Naturelle Water says it is all down to local customers.
Undoubtedly, the country's leading water factory, Naturelle Mineral Water, is a household name in the Gambia. With services that can't be compared to any other in the country, the company is known for producing quality water through sophisticated internationally approved means. The certificate awarded to the company by the Gambia Standards Bureau and the Ministry of Trade is in recognition of its quality service as the country's leading water factory. In an exclusive interview with QTV, the General Manager Usman Kebe says the award shows that Naturelle has met the standards set by central government.
That is a big plus, but it's also a big task for us to make sure that whatever we were doing to bring us to that level, we double up on it to make sure it is maintained and it is given the best possible next year when these awards come out again. And it's a good path on the back from them as our overseer to make sure that we meet up with the standards, because of too many Gambians, they feel like, oh, there is nothing like standard in the Gambia. There is standard. The Standard Bureau look at things and make sure they tell manufacturers that you have to meet these standards in terms of the work environment, in terms of the product, and the food safety. Also make sure that they go around to check to make sure that you are meeting the standards required for the consumption of the population. And this is something that we always cherish. As everybody knows, our slogan for QuantumNet, it says setting standards.
Furthermore, Mr. Kebe says the company has young, energetic staff who exercise due diligence and professionalism at all times.
Production-wise, we put more emphasis on the quality, not on the quantity. So that's why to many they will say, oh, I've looked around your water here or so, but we didn't find it. But the main objective is we want to make sure what we produce is quality, of high end. And as we did a tour today, you can see from the steps we take from the beginning of getting the water through the borehole system beneath the meters and meters way deep inside under the ground to where we have it starting the processes. Everything is taken with due diligence to make sure that the quality we want is derived at the end of the day. And that's why you see the quality of water is measured to none in this country today.
While thanking the Standards Bureau and central government for recognizing the company's work, he gave assurances of the company's unflinching commitment to producing the best quality and affordable water in the country. Ansumana Esonyasi for KTV News.
We will go with a short commercial break, and when we return, the Gambia dreams of one day qualifying for a major football tournament. Supporting the game grassroots level may be a start, as one initiative shows. And we hear why chess is more than just a game and deserves more time. Join us after the break.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Dantas House Project, a charitable organization, on Friday donated football materials to academies in Banjul. The items are to promote football at grassroots level for underprivileged children. Babukar C has the rest of that story.
Dantas House Project is an organization formed by Gambians who have been in football all their lives and are headed by Telmo Dantes, a football coach based in Atlanta, Georgia. In this, the third year since the foundation started distributing football materials to needy children in the Gambia. Donated items include footballs, boots, bibs, shin guards, and many more.
I really got inspired and started the Dantas House Project, which is what you see is going on behind us. So I really use my platform because I'm an academy coach and a director back in Atlanta, where I live. So I use that platform to gather used cleats and shin guards and balls and uniforms and bring them back home and share it with some of the kids that, that are less fortunate to have those equipment.
According to the project's founder, Telmo Dantes, they will extend similar donations to include other parts of the country, including Sanyang, Farato, Kitty, and Bakote SOS Children's Village.
So this year we started here in Banjul. Tomorrow we'll be in Serekunda West, where we'll entertain Serekunda West and Serekunda East. On Sunday we'll be in Kitty, and we'll provide transportation for kids from Tujereng, Farato, and Sanyang, and they will come over to Kitty, and we'll have one at Kitty for all four of them. And on Monday we'll finish up at SOS, which is one of my favorite places to be, and we'll do that for the first time at SOS on Monday.
Mr. Dantes said the objective of the organization is to support vulnerable and needy children in the country, especially when it comes to football. Lamin Jobate, the manager of Afia Banjul Academy, spoke to the press after receiving the donated items.
We have been working with the kids for the past 10 to 15 years. And then we also collaborate with projects like this, not only the Dante project, but also we collaborate with Swansea, football club in the UK, and then also other partners and donors. So our main focus is trying to see how best we can help the youths or the kids to bring up their talents for the betterment of their future.
Gambia is a football-loving country, but is yet to achieve her dreams of reaching the highest competitions in the continent or on global stage. Many argued that if we are to make it like other countries, one area that needs revisiting and revitalizing is grassroots football. Babukar C, QTV News.
The Chess in School program was launched on Friday by the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education together with the Gambia Chess Federation. The program aims to widen students' thinking capacity and improve their academic performance. Mamadou Lamin Choi was at the event and he files in the report.
It is called a mind game. Chess is not currently popular in the Gambia. However, its introduction into the basic and secondary school curriculum will give students a new subject to learn as an extracurricular activity. Having launched the Chess in School program, the Gambia Chess Federation and MOPS have the vision to expose students to the benefits of the game that they say can improve students' thinking and decision-making skills. Jere Sanyang, the Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, is convinced that introducing chess to schools' curricula is part of promoting the ministry's drive for easy access to relevant and quality education. Mr. Sanyang also believes that chess as an extracurricular activity will enhance students' skills in critical thinking and calculations.
The outcome is that chess, as the President alluded to, helps to develop the mindset, especially in thinking, brain work, calculation, and so on. Because it helps you to calculate. Every step is important. Every move is important. So it could also, help you in your daily lives.
According to Musa Mendi, the ministry has received the chess teaching and learning materials, and that 30 schools of all regions in the Gambia will take part in the pilot phase of the Chess in Schools project, which it is expected to expand to other schools. Amadou Jallo, the president of the Gambia Chess Federation, believes that Gambians have a wrong perception of chess. He adds that the game is for all, irrespective of a person's age or economic status.
Well, they think it's a game for the gentry. Rightly, that's how it is perceived. As only wealthy people play chess. On the contrary, chess is for the working man. You understand? That's it. The perception, I believe, is wrong.
15-year-old Sira Jallo is the National Chess Federation's female champion who also represented the Gambia in Georgia at a chess competition in 2018. She says the Chess in School program will give students the opportunity to learn the game as it can help in shaping their brains for effective critical thinking. To implement the program, the ministry plans to work with the Primary and Secondary School Sports Association and the Chess Federation. Mahmoud Lamin Choi for QTV News.
Before we end this news bulletin, let's take a look at our main stories. How can Gambian entrepreneurs in the diaspora link up with their home-based counterparts? We hear about a project that has the answer. The second edition of Foni Agency for Rural Development's 3-day festival has drawn to a close, and we hear what happened at the closing and what have been achieved. And we told you about high-level recognition for Naturelle, producer of the country's best quality bottled water. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Have a good weekend.